At long last, we made it to the borders of Michigan, the place I'd call home for a few months as we saved and planned for where we'd be going next. We are currently on the trail to Miners Falls. This is the last night of this leg of the journey. Tomorrow night we will be in Michigan at Nicole's home in Michigan to do some work, do some editing. So we're just enjoying the magic of the Upper Peninsula until then. We were setting our sights on distant shores, and while we had no idea exactly how we would get there, we knew it would take an unbelievable amount of creativity and perseverance to do so. Especially since all the funds we earned in Las Vegas were dried up. A van that gets 11 to the gallon is no joke. This is New Glarus Strawberry Rhubarb Sour Ale, a local brewery in Wisconsin where it's really done by the farmers. The Strawberry Rhubarb is a very, very small batch beer. This is like the only year they're gonna do it. They said they'll probably never brew this again. And it's just, it's so jammy and delicious.
It's got like a strawberry preserves flavor without the preserves. And it's not that, I mean, it's sweet, but like it's not like that sickening.
It doesn't taste syrupy or anything. It's just so good.
Jasper, what are you doing?
You stand here.
Let's hit the road. Oh. What? Did we not pack enough snacks? We didn't pack. We'll get snacks. We'll get more snacks, I promise. As we crossed the bridge to mainland Michigan, we knew we only had a few short days to work non-stop before boarding a flight for a gig across the country. That is, until we ran into Nicole's older brother Mike at the gas station, who insisted we join in on a day-long trek down the Jordan River. It was tough to say no. We're on this river for about 7 hours, doing the whole river, so it's gonna be a while. We're gonna be here in Michigan for about 4 days until the 22nd, because we have a flight to catch to Seattle to film a wedding. Amy and Brenna, who's filming their wedding, they're another pair of van lifers, and we actually booked this wedding through Instagram, which is pretty awesome. It's our first ever, I wouldn't say international client, but really it's our first ever remote client, a client in another city. We are currently packing to leave to Seattle tomorrow morning, technically at 5 a.m. Jacoby.
What's good, homies?
You guys haven't seen him in a little bit. Just having a little airport trip adventure. Gonna go disc golfing, skating, and then he's gonna drop us off at the airport because our flight leaves at 5 a.m.
Hi, friends. Oh, babies!
Okay, we see some good apples.
All right.
Let's go for it.
Oh, please no. Oh, please. Woo! Okay.
Nice. You would do the Aborigines proud. We should get this man a boomerang. I consider myself unbelievably lucky that my biggest problem is avoiding too much fun in favor of my work.
Ah, that was terrible. Thinking more to your right.
At the Grand Rapids Airport, it is nearly 4:30 a.m. We get to board at 4:55. Nicole's sleeping. I'm currently editing, trying to get this next episode out. Hey, Nicole.
You ready?
Can't sleep in this airport forever. 4:30, time to board. We're headed to Detroit, and then after that, Seattle. Cole stole the window seat from me.
I had it on my ticket. I've got the ticket to prove it. So we just got off our second flight, and we got some sleep, and we're ready to go. So here we are in Seattle.
Oh yeah. We have made it to Seattle in the rental car right now. We are headed straight to Capitol Hill to Katsu Burger to meet up with Michael Fishman. You guys probably haven't seen him for a while, but he's one of our best friends in Seattle, and he's a very dear friend to me. So yeah, that's where we're headed right now. There's the city!
It had been roughly 1 year to the day since I was last in the Emerald City.
Reunited and it feels so good. Well, cheers, my friend.
Trotting down these vibrant streets, I reminisced about how incredible it was to live on them for a few months last summer. From the constant flow of wild characters to its endearing pretentiousness, there really is no other place like the coffee capital of the world.
What is this, Michael?
This is a cold brew Sazerac.
Wow.
This is what we drink in Seattle.
You guys are so fancy here. You even have a square ice cube.
Like a cold brew with bitters.
We're headed to Mercer Island, where Michael Fishman lives. We're staying at his house tonight, and so he's been so gracious to offer us a place to stay.
There's a cat cafe.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Currently in Warby Parker, and Nicole wants to stop in real quick to check out some glasses. And these glasses have been falling off my face for the past year, so I asked them to adjust it. And Travis, what a beautiful man. He accidentally cracked it, which is okay, and it wasn't a big deal, but they're giving me a whole new pair free of charge. So I'm blown away by Warby Parker service. They've already replaced my lenses once after being scratched, because every pair of glasses gets a free lens replacement within a year, and now I get to pick out a whole new frame. So I'm just blown away by Warby Parker. Good looking guys. Yeah, we're going to be exploring the city for the next few hours before the wedding rehearsal. And then from then we'll be checking into our loft barn Airbnb, which is going to be pretty awesome. I've never stayed in a barn before.
No, me neither. It's in Snoqualmie. The bride's got it for us. Well, here's a Seattle travel hack.
Park on a residential street or a park and then just Uber to your destination, because if you're in a car, if you've rented a car and you want to go downtown, you will not find parking anywhere unless you want to pay $20, and an Uber is always cheaper. Picked up a bag?
So I just found this bag on the street, and I've seen a lot of trash, and I've been thinking about picking it up, but I don't exactly want to hold a bunch of trash. So I figured this is a sign from the universe that I'm going to fill this bag with Seattle street garbage.
What is that? Someone's car.
Let's set this down.
That's awesome.
This is only like a quarter of a mile. All other people's trash.
It's a city of affable hermits and distanced socialites, a charming place with all manner of unique and noble pursuits.
this is for the infinite abundance that Seattle is going to us. Okay.
First. The first one I have to show you is this one here. We call people.
Blue people.
So yeah, I know this is a funny name, but it's
No, I like it.
Alright, so this is called blue people. It's long ginseng.
With each passing day, my curiosity grows for nearly all things that humans give care and attention. From beer brewing masters to keepers of the wild and soul-seeking artists, this journey offers so much to discover. That's one of the main things that drew me to Seattle in the first place. Creative energy flows abundantly here, and I consider it a gift any chance I get to return.
So this is our Airbnb. It's Bonde.
Amy and Brenna booked this for us.
They did. I actually need to look up how to get up. This is it?
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so we do have a full kitchen.
Full kitchen.
Bathroom.
Wow.
And a view.
It is the morning of Amy and Brenna's wedding. We are getting all of our gear together. Basically, everything was charging last night. Michael was kind enough to lend me his 5D Mark IV, which I will be using for my B camera, because during a wedding, you only get one shot, especially during the ceremony, and if you don't have multiple angles, it really, really severely limits you. So thank you so much, Michael. I will guard this with my life. A quick story about how we met Amy and Brenna is we obviously are van lifers ourselves and created the Earth Story Instagram, and so we just wanted to follow other van lifers, and we followed 2 girls, 1 van, and had been following them for maybe about 6 months when I saw an announcement that they were getting married. And so I reached out to them. I was like, if you love our work, check it out, and if you love it, then we would love to be your wedding photographer and videographer. Super, super exciting because this is the first travel client that we have. We're pretty much breaking even with all the travel expenses. The goal ultimately is to have a clientele base all around the world, and to be able to work and live and travel all in one. So if you know absolutely anybody looking for photo or video work, please, please, please send our work to them. Let them know we are traveling creatives and we are more than willing to come out to wherever they are and help them realize their grand vision. We get a lot of questions about what kind of gear we're using, so we wanted to just go over that really quick. So the gear that we're running, for myself, I'm focused mostly on video. Nicole's focused mostly on photos. In most cases, when we're going abroad, we only take one backpack, and that includes all of our camera gear and clothes and things we need to survive. We usually take much more gear than clothes. I'm running the Panasonic GH5, which is filming right now. Also a Sigma 18-35 1.8, which gives you that really nice shallow depth of field, gets you nice bokeh.
So I've got my 2 cameras. I have my 80D, which is still one of my favorite cameras, and then my 1DX, which is great for low light with the 16-35 lens, which is a 2.8. It's pretty awesome, but I'm going to be selling it soon.
The 1DX is an amazing camera. It's just honestly way too big.
We're going to be switching to Sony, which is much smaller, and honestly, for the price of this compared to Sony, like, it's worth it just to switch and pay a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
My Viltrox light, which this thing was only $50. It was $20 for the light and then $30 for the batteries. And then my Prism, which when you use that with lights or anything else, or you just want like a different angle, maybe someone else looking at a, I don't know, different part. There's just a lot of different creative uses for this.
I've got the DJI Mavic one drone. I've got a Zhiyun Crane 2, various filters, batteries, microphones. Yeah, I have that prism ball that you guys saw earlier. Don't get me wrong, this is a ton of gear. This is stuff that we have worked our entire lives, spent all of our life savings, went into debt. Like, the only thing that we own currently is camera gear and a $5,000 van. So we put a ton of investment into what we see as our art, because this is the only thing that we want to do for the rest of our lives. And so we're fine sacrificing everything else and just basically getting what allows us to push our art further. This is stuff that, you know, you worked at a retail job for 5 years as a manager. I worked
to 70 hours a week, by the way.
Yeah.
As much as I could.
And then I worked at a live show in Vegas for an equal amount of time, 5 years. And this is what it's got us. We have had to work for every single thing we own. For everyone out there who wants to accuse us of being trust fund babies, both of our parents,
we're pretty broke.
That's not to say that our parents don't want to help us. They would give us money at any point if we asked them, but that's just not what we want to do. Yeah, that concludes that. So we've got to start packing up because the wedding starts in 3 hours. So we are in Tweed's Cafe, which is in North Bend, Washington. It's where the famous Twin Peaks TV show was based around. They created a fictional town called Twin Peaks, and this was the diner that they used. So I saw this place all the time while I was living in North Bend for about 3 months last summer, and so we finally got a chance to eat here. Yeah, I guess that's the price of a famous diner, is their portions are pretty small and it was pretty expensive. So we're going to a grocery store instead, and there is gonna be food at the wedding, so just go with that. Yeah, we're kind of cheap, but we're living on limited means, okay? It is currently 6 a.m. We stayed the night at Walmart last night because we didn't really have the funds to book a motel or anything. And man, it's expensive out here in the Seattle area. And slept in the car, and we were rudely awakened by a police officer. Or no, not a police officer, security officer. In the end, it was a good thing because it served as an alarm clock, and now we're headed to the Olympic Peninsula for a very early day. Gonna go meet up with fishermen. But yeah, Amy and Brenna's wedding was last night. When it concluded, it was just also beautiful. We had such an amazing time. So we're gonna hit the road, get going, and see some beautiful Olympic beauty. That was a little redundant. Whatever, it's early, 6 a.m. Let's do it.
Serendipity is the only word I can use to describe the events that bring us all together. The stories of others and their lives are filled with sunshine and storm clouds both. There's such quiet beauty to be found in those who weather the lightning and stinging rain just to feel the sun's soft embrace after. Some who go their entire lives searching for that light. And I suppose that's the nature and nobility of the human spirit, the willingness to endure, to witness the sparks of joy.
We have made it to our first stop, currently at Ruby Beach. The last time I was here was last year, right around this time. And so we only have the day to explore the peninsula, but this is one of the absolute best spots in the entire area, so I had to take Nicole here. What do you think, babe? Yeah. Where are we at, Nicole?
So we're at Macade's in Nia Bay. Right now we're just watching the canoe races while Troy plugs in his phone to get service to send out a text to get a hold of Michael.
Michael, thanks for joining us in the great outdoors here today.
It's my pleasure. Remember, safety first.
What are you doing, Nicole?
Making Saloon berries that we just learned about.
Baby, I'm home. You're all I need. No wasting time. Just chasing dreams.
Ranger Mike, any advice for the kids out there?
Stay in school. Don't eat any mushrooms that you don't know are safe.
Unless they're psychedelics.
Unless they're psychedelics. Don't go hiking out here on mushrooms.
Where are we headed to, Nicole?
The airport, and we forgot we have bubbles in the trunk, so I decided that we're gonna use the bubbles on the way.
Currently waiting for our flight in the Seattle airport. I just got delayed by 2 hours, so I'm currently writing all the notes for the subscribers who entered the contest for the hammock.
These are all the ones that are... Here's what we finished. This has taken us a few hours, so yeah. All these people are getting stickers, and some are getting lighter holders that I crochet.
So we're flying to Vegas for my lifelong friend Sean, his wedding. We're not filming it, we're just attending. But yeah, I've known Sean since I was in daycare. If you guys remember from the Christmas episode, Sean was the one who pushed me down a slide at daycare on my first day. How dare you, Sean? I've since forgiven him for the most part. I've known Sean since I was like 4 years old. It's been a really, really long time, and it's crazy how fast time flies. Now he's getting married, and yeah, starting the rest of his life. Our flight boards in about 2 hours. I'm gonna keep writing, and before you know it, Vegas, we will be inside of you. Why do you get it?
Because it's on my thing and I'm not doing it as much as I would.
We're all weaving these stories that matter so much to us, while others go entirely unaware. And yet, it all builds to something bigger. Every miracle and every atrocity, every first kiss and bitter end, every stranger whose eyes pass over each other for just a moment, and every frail old couple who pass on by the other's bedside. A tiny length of thread we are, spun since the very beginning of time. One grand existence in a continuation of trillions. Most who just seek to write the best ending they can.